gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your girl, Cresta Start. I'm joined by the beautiful, illustrious Iridian, and it's the two-woman power trip. We're back. Welcome to Fightful Online, Fightful Select, Fightful, where you're going to get all of your AEW Collision for December 14th tonight. Hello, Iridian. It's been forever since we've done the two-woman power trip. How are you?
I am so fantastic, so excited to be back with you. I literally just told you before we started streaming, I'm like, I've been waiting. Yes, when I'm with the guys, it's fine. But like, I always need my little girl vibes, the girl two-woman power trip for Collision. I absolutely love it. And I love you. I'm super excited to talk about wrestling tonight with you.
Hell yeah, brother. And if you're excited to talk about wrestling with us, consider giving us a thumbs up, or conversely, send us a super chat where you can type your comment in. It's on somewhere in the YouTube land, or send us a Humper chat. Drew will make sure we read all the Humper chats. You go over to humperchats.com. We get to keep a little bit more. And if you guys are bouncing between the holiday special, tell them to filter on over here and talk to us about Collision, even though you watch Saturday Night Main Event with WWE. What did you think about the show overall, Iridian? How are we feeling? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, someone in the comments had mentioned that we got 3 women's matches tonight. And honestly, great, but it didn't feel like we got 3 women's matches tonight because 2 of them were squash matches. So I was a little sad about that. But yes, we got to see more women. I absolutely loved that main event that we got. It was a completely different outcome. I honestly didn't expect it. And if that would have been the whole 2 hours of Collision, I would have absolutely been all for it. I thought it was the great main event, probably one of the greater ones that we've had in the past couple of weeks, but that was my favorite part of the night. What did you think of the show tonight?
I thought the show was 1/3. Hi, my name is Toni Storm and I have amnesia. 1/3.
Goodbye.
And 1/3. I mean, come on now. And then 1/3 slap, fight on fight, slap. And you know, that's AEW Collision. Not upset at it. It was a really good. I mean, I'm being honest. Toni Storm reintroducing herself to everyone.
That's crazy. Her saying
literally.
Hold on. Her saying she was all elite. That I was on the floor.
I was like, how are they going to explain how she was timeless Toni Storm? And honestly, if she said she got hit in the head with a brick, I would have took it, because this is fantastic too. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, don't forget to send us your super chats, Humper chats, thumbs up. And if you're feeling especially jazzy, why don't you give us a subscribe on Fightful Select, or subscribe to our Patreon? It's the best $5 in the business. You get to hear updates, contract updates. Tessa Blanchard's back in TNA. All right, yeah, you can find all of that on Fightful Select. You know, best $5 in the business. Hey, Lamau. All right, so AEW opens up tonight. I don't know if this is from last week or this week. It was like a Will Osprey and Darby Allin promo, and Darby's like, bro, it's getting crazy out here, William. We need your help. And Will is like, that's not my problem. I got things going on. And Darby's like, this is bigger than you. And Will is like, I got things going on. So when I'm done with this, maybe we can talk about that later. I'm not mad at it, but also if I'm Will Osprey, y'all are killing people. That's not my problem. What did you think about this?
I thought that was so funny. He was like, okay, I have matches. I have things to do. As if Darby doesn't go out there every week and put his body on the line more than he has to. And he made some solid points. He said that, next year there probably won't even be a Continental Classic if you keep the Death Riders out there. And I was like, okay, Darby, I'm not mad at this approach. He's honestly been trying to find somebody, trying to create an Avengers to fight
the Avengers
of Thanos. They are all of the stones. They are the Infinity Stones. And they're all together right now. So we need to find somebody. And I guess Orange Cassidy was going to be part of that, but not really, because he didn't want to. I don't know. But Darby is having really, really bad luck, because Will Ospreay said, don't count me in. That's not my problem. So go continue looking for someone else backstage.
So my question to you then is, who is on the Avenger team for AEW versus Super Thanos D-Riders over here?
It has to be FTR, right? I mean, I'd probably once they heal up or whatever happens. Oh man, for sure Orange Cassidy. It's gonna be Orange and Darby right now. That's the Iron Man and the Spider-Man of the group. So
Honestly, I see Darby more as like Agent Coulson in the beginning when he was trying to recruit people. I mean, Agent Coulson be there, but I don't know what he does really. And I love Darby, but besides getting yeeted around, I don't know what you're gonna do.
yeah, that's interesting. Guys, let us know in the chat.
Who's your Avengers?
Who do we think is going to be in the Avengers and fight the Death Riders? Because honestly, it feels like nobody wants the smoke with them.
They're
just
killing people.
Want to get involved, but also like maybe the House of Black could also get involved. Which something happened that was exciting for the House of Black tonight. I know we'll talk about that later, but maybe I don't know.
See, my problem with the House of Black is that I feel like while Darby Allin is spooky ooky, he's virtuous. House of Black is like, shoot these guys, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, why is this even a shoot them? Like, what is this?
He's like, what are we waiting for?
If it was me, I would take them to the undead realm and shoot them.
But that's just me.
That's just me. I think that Malachi closes the door. I would shoot them. Slams the door in his face. Nah, I wouldn't be mad at that. After this, we do have Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the post-match, because this low-key was really the post-match. This match was stiff. They're both of their gear, but that royal blue on Willow, chef's kiss. The chop exchange was nasty. Jamie tried to knock down Willow. Willow's like, psych, try again. And then the lights flickered for the first time. And I was like, yes. Because if you've been watching the product like I've been watching the product, Willow Nightingale, I'm not Willow Nightingale, I know that meant the house is about to win. So this was a stiff-ass match. And to be honest with you, I thought Jamie Hayter was going to win this. I thought Willow Nightingale was going to lose. No shade, the way they've been pushing Jamie Hayter and with Willow kind of being in the background. But Jamie Hayter takes the pin. Willow Nightingale goes on to Wrestle Dynasty. Mm-hmm. What did you think of the match before we get into the post-match, Iridian?
I am the opposite of you. I think I knew that Willow was going to kind of pick it up because I think that the idea is that they do want her to do a couple more things in Japan. So I was like, okay, like maybe I do see that storyline going there. I don't see a problem with if Jamie would have won, but I'm glad that Willow did because I just love Willow. 10 out of 10 for Willow. But I also love Jamie. Like, these are two strong women in the division that really deserve the features and the time that they're getting. So I'm glad that they're both being like pushed. And they basically opened up the night. So I was really excited for that. And this was, no offense to the other women's matches, but this was the only women's match of the night because this is the one where we got to see them on screen the longest. They actually did some really great things. No shade to the other women, but they just didn't have the time for it. So, and that's not their fault. So this was the second match that I really loved of the night. First one being the main event, but this one also fantastic.
I will agree with that, saying that this match and the main event were great bookends to this show. It really drew you in. And the way that it was set up where Jamie lost, I'm like, okay, the lights already flickered. So we get to the end of the match, the lights flicker again. Now we come back with the lights on. Jamie Hayter is in, what is that called when Julia Hart does it? Because I wrote Sister Abigail. That's not right.
Sister Abigail or Jace.
Brother Archibald. There it is.
That's what it is. Yep.
The brother, she put Jamie Hayter and the brother Archibald. You can't say that, Chris. Jesus Christ. But honestly, the house always wins. I was excited. Were you excited for the Julia return? How are we feeling?
Absolutely. I thought we were actually going to show up on the stream tonight with our black hats, with our dark makeup, like we were going to be ready, but the lights have been flickering while Jamie's on for a little bit. And the first time it happened, I lost my mind. I'm like, here we go. Something's happening. I'm ready. I was like, Julia has to come back tonight because I think the lights flickered also last week or the week before that. And I was like, I don't know. Something's happening. But to see Julia in the ring tonight and to have her first opponent back or her first feud be with Jamie Hayter, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And it's just going to be so good. And this gives me a lot of hope because Sky Blue was with Julia. And I thought that pairing was really, really great. I thought Sky was doing some of her best work in AEW yet. So when she's all healed up and ready to go, she's got someone to go to, which is Julia and the House of Heart that we've been wanting. 2 members right here, House of Heart. If she wants to add us, Miss Julia, we will join.
I'm so sorry, not me still being in Discord. And I muted because I had to cough, and I hear someone join Discord. This is me.
I'm gagged right now.
This is a great segue to say that we have a Humper chat from Orion Ben 666. Thank you so much for the support. He says, great Collision show tonight. Everything was enjoyable. Willow versus Jamie could have main eventers. Colliders, this was a night for all wrestling. Chaos grabs on Collision, quality wrestling on main event. See, this is the type of competition I want. I do love a good, healthy wrestling competition. And I did have a good time with Collision tonight. The return of Julia right off the bat, right before winter is coming, really good. Because I was wondering when they were going to reintroduce her, considering Jamie was like, anytime, I don't do spooky LaDuca. Come to my face. And Julia was like, I'll oblige.
She said, this is your Christmas present. Here you go.
Boo, for Christmas, I got you fists. Wrapped in everything in all black. The next match we have is a Continental Classic match. Kazuchika Okada versus the Beast Mortos.
Yes.
I love the Beast Mortos. Honestly, this match was a slapper, and it's always interesting to watch Okada go from I don't care about this match to damn it, you're making me work. The beginning of the match with Mortos just roaring in Okada's face, and he just plucked him in the eye. I'm like, Okada, take this seriously, please. Please take this seriously. I live. There was a missed side moonsault into the steel steps from Beast Mortos. He took massive damage. Like, girl, Cresta. The tilt-a-whirl neck breaker 3 times into a stalling backbreaker. Sorry, not neck breaker, backbreaker from Beast Mortos on Okada. It was at that point Okada was like, damn, I really have to work. And that's when this match went into high gear. We ended the match with a big elbow into the middle finger spot, followed by a rainmaker on Mortos for the Okada win. What were your thoughts on the match? Because I thought this was 10 out of 10, but I'm also Okada biased.
Oh, so before we talk about the match, I do want to talk about the promos that they cut before this, where Beast Mortos was just growling into the camera. And I was like, I get it. I'm here for it. I think I mentioned it last week that I guess they didn't let him say something because Jake the Snake that represents them? Somebody
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, he didn't say anything because Jake the Snake wasn't there to like interpret or whatever. And I was like, why don't you just let him growl? So we got exactly that tonight and it worked. I'm like, yes, this is what we want. Just let him be a beast and people are going to get it. Like we had a dinosaur. I mean, we still have a dinosaur, but for the longest time, like that's all it was. So we know that the audience will get it and they absolutely did. I popped for that. But this match, I agree with you 1,000%. Like everything in there, Okada was like, oh my God, like really on a Saturday night, I have to do this. Like he was not ready and he was not caring at all. But man, it was funny to watch Okada go through that. But Beast Mortos is like very supernatural vibes on some things that he does. Like he shouldn't be doing the things that he does. It's kind of, I feel like I might get some hate for this, but it's giving me kind of Undertaker vibes that he does some supernatural stuff that you're like, I don't know how you're doing that, but you're doing it. Good for you, sir. But I like the Beast Mortos more. So
I will say, is it supernatural or is he a luchador? Because luchadors do be defying gravity. Yes, that was a wicked pun.
You could have sung it.
I think to keep the joke in line, I'd have to sing it in Spanish. And mi español es mucho horrible.
Okay. Well, that'll be next week. We'll get back to it.
We're going to Duolingo or Google Translate. Somebody translate it in the chat. After this match, we got Toni Storm versus Shazza McKenzie. Now, before we went live, somebody had asked us, what is his thumbnail? And did Sean make it? Probably. And if you don't know the lore, Shazza McKenzie beat up Sean Ross Sapp. Go look it up. It's somewhere online. So when I saw Shazza McKenzie come out, or already in the ring, poor girl, I said, Tony's friend of the channel, beater of Sean Ross Sapp, Shazza McKenzie.
Goodbye.
I mean, it's the truth.
Hilarious.
I mean, this was a squash match. Shazza got in offense for 5 seconds, and then Tony said, Storm Zero, no mas.
Yeah.
It was what it was. This was really about the post-match where Tony Storm says, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm all elite. Oh, man. I love you live in the gimmick, brother. What did you think of this before I put in my 2 cents?
Toni Storm is a goofy gal, and I am all for it. Like, she is hilarious. The fact that Shazza was in there with no music, I said, oh, no, not our girl. For real. Like, we're doing this. Yeah, beater of Sean Ross Sapp. But honestly, I've interviewed her before for Fightful, so go check that out, guys. It was great. Plug me in there. She was fantastic. Nyla Rose also showed up in the interview really, really quick. I'm sure Sean hated it, but 10 out of 10, she was great. But this was just a little quick moment for Toni. It wasn't, it should have been given more time, honestly. And Shazza should have got an entrance. I know Sean's probably going to email me about me saying that later, but it was a whole 2 minutes. I didn't love to see it, but I thought it was hilarious that she, as her goodbye, Toni was like, I am all elite. And the first thing that I thought of was, if they give her another all elite graphic, RJ City's going to lose his mind.
Guess what, Mimi? Because I definitely saw it on Blue Sky that she was all elite.
Somebody check on RJ.
Somebody check on RJ City's stat. Kris Statlander stat. Check on him now. I mean, I agree with everything you said, because her coming back in this time loop, when she first said that, all I could think of is, let's do the time warp again. I live. Because how are you going to explain that? And I'm like, just say I lost my memory. And then that's what they're doing.
Yeah. I loved to see this old Toni Storm, though, because Timeless Toni wasn't so timeless. I feel like after a while, we didn't know what they were doing with her. And we were like, okay, what's next? What are we doing? But this Toni, iconic Toni. Like, I absolutely love it. I feel like she's going to be able just to do a couple more things than she did with Timeless Toni, which was a fantastic character. But I'm excited to see this old school Toni back.
Hell yeah. We then get that followed up with a Mariah May promo.
Oh my God, yeah.
I have one note where she just kept saying she's the woman from hell. And I'm like, okay. All right. And she's like, well, Thunder Rosa, I'm going to beat you up. Okay. I don't know if you have any more notes.
I don't have any notes at all. I honestly... She did like an interview earlier this week where she had said that she's better than a lot of the guys, than half the guys backstage. And I was like, oh, period. I agree.
I support women's rights and women's wrongs.
Women's rights and the women's fights. Yes.
Listen, if you believe it, I believe it too.
I'm here for it.
Because much like House of Black, Mariah May would shoot you. She like armed Anderson. This is Mariah May. Listen, if it gets too much,
not Armed Anderson.
Armed Anderson, yes. Yo, bro, I'll never. That promo lives rent free in my mind. He looked at Cody Rhodes and said, "I did almost." All right, you got it.
That's hilarious.
Well, that Mariah May promo was followed by a Thunder Rosa promo.
Yeah,
and this is where Toni Storm really 10 out of 10. So Thunder Rosa is about to say, Mariah May, I'm about to beat your butt. I've already swore enough on this channel. And before she can get out a second sentence, here comes Toni Storm's like, I don't mean to interrupt. So excited to meet you, Thunder Rosa. Oh my God, I'm such a fan. Just wanted to say, I'm so excited to be here. Thunder Rosa's like,
you are crazy.
I mean, she was crazy before. So the Thunder Rosa gets into her promo after Toni Storm sees her way in and sees her way out and says, Mariah May, I'm going to tell my dad to bring dirt from the graveyards of Tijuana so I can remember where I'm from. I wanted her to say pocket sand next, but that's not what she said. So Thunder Rosa says, it's going to be a Tijuana street fight at Winter is Coming. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Honestly, I've never seen a Tijuana street fight, but I feel scared already. So Thunder Rosa, I feel like there's just a lot of things that she could bring. I'm excited for this one. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities.
I think of Harley Cameron versus Thunder Rosa, in particularly when Thunder Rosa shot herself up that ramp. It's a Harley Cameron while she had like the garbage on her head. So I'm like, damn, Mariah May, you. It might be time, but she's already dead because she's from the graveyards of Tijuana. So I don't know if that's gonna work. You Santa Maria, like.
You know what's interesting? I also think that they added Toni in there for a reason. So maybe after that, she'll have a match with this Toni Storm.
Because Thunder Rosa resurrected her.
Wow.
Type girl up in chat. Girl up in chat. All right. We then after this had a number one contender match for the tag team titles versus Private Party between Top Flight, which is Darius and Dante Martin, and Action Andretti and Lio Rush. We need a name for Action Andretti and Leon Rush. I already got the look. Lio Rush. Sorry, who's Leon? Lio Rush. They already have it going together. So I have Action Rush. Rush Action. Unless you got something else.
I was literally on the same boat as you. I'm like trying to see like, okay, Rush something and also Action like A&R maybe. Is that? I think that's a Coke. Never mind. That's like a soda.
AR Fox is coming back for his gimmick.
AR is like, not me. Not me. You're not taking my TV time. That's for sure. Yeah, not as catchy as Top Flight for sure.
Not as catchy. Want to grab this quick super chat from the young Leron Ford said, did they need to do another street fight for the world title? Mariah just had a streets fight. I cannot speak today. Street fight versus Anna Jay a few weeks ago. You know, Mariah did say she's the woman from hell. So unless you're going to have a hell fight, which would be a street fight. So
it might just also be Thunder Rosa being like, hey, I want this kind of match. Is this okay? And they might just be like, yeah, sure. And if the other person's okay with it, then why not? Why not have more women's hardcore matches?
Violence. So far, we have some Rush to Action from Chad and Rush Hour from Kiros. You will be hearing from Jackie Chan's lawyer. No. You will be hearing from Jackie Chan's lawyer immediately. So we get these two started with this Club Kid spiky jacket, which I did see them on Dynamite with. And do you watch RuPaul's Drag Race?
I do.
You know who Vivacious is?
Yes.
Vivacious is going to send them a cease and desist because that's the first thing I thought of. At this point, if you guys don't know who Vivacious is, look her up. But when she walked into RuPaul's Drag Race, she had on a spiky everything. That what these guys are doing is gimmick infringement, brother, and you will be hearing from her lawyers. But this match was fine. This was a surprisingly ground and pound kind of match for two high-flying teams. Eventually, we do get a 450 from the top from Darius. Onto Darius from who did they get this from? Did I write that down? From Action Andretti, period. I just wrote Action, so my brain was like, Action what? Action. Action Jackson, the famous Jackson Action. But yeah, this match was surprisingly, like I said, ground and pound. There were some high spots. And also, Darius, I see you trying to get into the meat division. You was looking thick this match. Okay. I see you, Darius. I see you respectfully. I'm looking respectfully because I don't know what your situation is. What did you think about this match?
I thought it was fun. Yeah, I agree with you that it was kind of grounded to my surprise. I thought we were going to get like a Ricochet, Lio Rush kind of match. Everything was going to be boom, boom, bam, top jumping in a lot. But I thought it was good. Nothing. I don't have any bad things to say about the match. I wonder where they're going with the teams afterwards. Like Lio Rush in Action, is this going to be set? Are we done? Are they joining the Hurt Syndicate? And what's going to happen with Top Flight? Because I feel like Top Flight's kind of in the schmiddle here, but
not the schmiddle. Yeah. But I know what you mean. They're not down here, but you're not up here, and you could be. You know. I mean, also R.I.P. Layla Gray. She
what happened? Like, I honestly thought she was just getting her footing, and I absolutely loved her as the manager for them. And I thought her fits were serving. I thought she really got the group together when it counted. Like, she would stop them from arguing. Like, she was there for when they needed. She was helping during the matches. And now what are we doing with her? Like, you just broke them up. Honestly put her back with Top Flight and then let her wrestle still. Like, that's what needs to happen.
I mean, she's still with Top Flight. She just took a tumble, and Leo Rush did not care. Leo was like, all right, get the match. Everyone was like, oh my God, oh no. He's like, oh, that's a match.
Like, that's enough. We got to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Like, you knew the risks. You're a wrestler. Get out of here. There was that match. After this, we got our third women's match of the night. Also, unfortunately, another squash. We got Tootie Lynn versus Kris Statlander. The St. Louis crowd was like, we don't care what Statlander got going on. We want Tootie Lynn. But the moment from the breath that came out, the match was over. This was a quick match. We got a 20-second stalling suplex from Stat and then Saturday Night Fever. That's all I got for as far as notes. What did you think about this match?
I have 2 notes, same as you. I'm like, okay, I think they're, I guess, building up Toni Storm and building up Kris Statlander. If you're just want to rack up some wins for them, sure, great. I am still upset that they never addressed the Stokely Hathaway situation.
Bro.
I might be the only one, but I'm just so upset that they were just like, oh, okay, you're not going to be with them anymore. And that's it. And I'm just like, okay, they were foundational for such a long time. And then just to split them up and now nothing.
So you jumped Willow Nightingale for no reason?
Exactly. Like, make it make sense. That's all I'm asking. So
if Stokely Hathaway shows up in the Hurt Syndicate, I think I would actually pee myself, because why are you here? It's like when Sami Zayn first joined the Bloodlines. Like, yo, what are you doing here?
Could you imagine when MVP's not in their locker room, if he goes in there and be like, guys, let me talk to you for a little bit. I know you got a manager, but you could have a better one. That's what, oh my gosh. That would be
I could just see him hanging around and MVP's like, why are you here? He's like, yo, chill out. You're like my big brother. Bro, you're older than me. Get out of here. Like, I want to know what happened to Stokely Hathaway and Kris Statlander as well. That's like who attacked Sami Zayn before that Saudi Arabia show, or who put the pie in Kevin Owens' face, whatever. And also, Stokely Hathaway joined the Hurt Syndicate. These guys are edgy dudes. Why are you here? He's like, yeah, sit next to Bobby Lashley. Like,
that's crazy.
Honestly, I know that's never gonna happen, but humor me, Anthony Khan. Humor me. You already not giving me my meat match. At least give me my balls match.
Could you imagine Stokely with Bobby Lashley, with Shelton, like the balls chants?
They were already chanting bald with Claudio Castagnoli versus Ricochet.
That was crazy because I was there and the audience was just coming up with them so quick, with a quickness. Like, I was with my cousin and we were just looking at each other like, how is this happening? Like, for real, Chicago?
Chicago and New York City never change. Stay classy, Chicago. Bald. The next promo after that was get FTR hyping up Fight for the Fallen in Ashen. Is it Asheville or Ashen? Because I wrote Ashen and I feel like that's wrong.
I'm actually not sure. Put it in the comments, guys, if you know exactly where it is. But yeah, FTR's promo.
Yeah, they did it for Fight for the Fallen, which is really good because I know it's going for a good cause, because that area was recently affected by the hurricane. So I'm pretty sure the proceeds are going towards them. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the proceeds from that show are going to go towards the area that was super affected. There's a lot of small towns in the area that, for whatever reason, didn't get the help that they need. So, you know, put your hand in your pocket and help other people. And FTR is honestly, these are some, in a respectful way. I know sometimes there's some good old country boys, and these are the people to do it.
Yeah.
I have to highlight this really funny because I think this is funny. It's the bald syndicates for me. it's the bald syndicates for me.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of bald people in AEW. And if you really want to go, a lot of the Death Riders are bald too. Never mind. Anyway, after this, we have a 10-man tag match.
Yeah.
We have Orange Cassidy, Komander, Daniel Garcia, Alex Abrahantes is with Komander, and the Outrunners, which is Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd, versus MXM, which is Mansoor and Mason Madden, and the premier athletes of Josh Woods, Daivari, Toni, Nese. Before this match even starts, the premier athletes like, we're going to chant something. I don't even remember what they said, but I do remember when they said we'd be honored if you would touch tips with us. And this is important. Why does MXM pull out tip willy wrappers and wrap their tips and then put their hands in? Safety is important, ladies and gentlemen. But also, what does that say about y'all that they were like, oh, we're not touching y'all. We're going to wrap this up. Oop.
It is flu season.
So I thought you were going to say floozy season.
Flu season. But I thought it was hilarious. They're like, oh, we're going to chant, I think the premier athletes are awesome or something. Like, you guys have to say awesome. And of course that chant never works. It happens every week. Sir, you need to get a new gimmick, a new chant, maybe, because it's just poor Mark Sterling. He struggles every week.
To quote Toni Schiavone, he's been disbarred. I don't think he has a job anymore. And Nigel agreeing like, yeah. Hater of the year. I mean, this match, this was an okay match. Josh Woods was disrespecting Daniel Garcia early, which honestly, don't do that. Just don't. And he gets turned it around. I don't have many notes besides Mason distracting. Who did he distract from the top rope? I didn't even write that, but he just went to the top rope, was like, and the person got distracted, and then they pushed him off. I'm like, yo, what?
MXM future tag team champions. Absolutely. I really liked when they were paired with Johnny TV. I thought that couldn't have been a more perfect pairing.
Yes, that's a trio. Stop playing with me. Them versus House of Black for the memes. Not that I want to see them die. I just want to see what will happen.
That would be so chaotic. Honestly, I need it though. I think
I can see Aleister Black the whole time just saying, like, what the fuck?
What is truly going on? Yeah, I love MXM, and anytime we get to see them, I think their charisma just oozes out of the television. Like, you get excited, you're so happy to see them. They just get it. They get the comedic timing, they have the humor for it, and they're athletic in the ring. They're super exciting to see. But what I thought was interesting is that Komander and Danny Garcia were in this match, being in the Continental Classic. I'm like, I don't know if this is a smart choice. They could get injured, something could happen, and you have them in a competition, in a tournament like this. So that also made me think, like, all right, maybe they're not the picks to win. We know Komander filled in for Juice Robinson, who got injured, and Danny Garcia really shined last year in the Continental Classic. So I'm like, maybe they're not gonna push him this year. And with other things that happened later in the show, I'm like, okay, I think these two guys are the ones that they're really focusing on in this tournament. Did that kind of catch you off guard that Danny and Komander were in this match, or no?
No, because apparently I don't watch wrestling, because it didn't dawn on me that they were in the C2 Classic until you said something. I mean, not for nothing. It's a 10-man match. I didn't expect this was for shits and gigs, if you will.
Yeah.
This was not I'm a push storyline together. This is, I want everyone to feel good, and we like MXM. MXM versus the Outrunners. Book it. Fight forever.
Book it.
Fight forever. I'm just being honest. Like I don't expect, like, unless there was something post-match that was going to happen, which it didn't. And honestly, I am a little upset with the ending of this match, because we come back from commercial and like 2-3 moves, and then it's the end of this match was an orange punch. Yeah. For the end. I don't even know who he pinned. You know, and I think it was Josh Woods, now to think about it.
So, yeah.
So I guess that's going to be my answer, is I guess.
Okay.
But you know what I don't guess about, since we just talked about MXM, our sponsor today, Blue Chew.
We've been telling you guys about Blue Chew for years, and we ain't stopping anytime soon. That confidence, that performance, that edge that you're going to get in the bedroom and mentally when you check out BlueChew.com and the code FIGHTFUL. First shipment free. Yes, shipment. That's because you don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy, have any awkward conversations with doctors. You're questioned online, and if approved, this ships straight to your door. It excludes all the awkwardness. Now listen, so will that confidence. That's going to get rid of a lot of that awkwardness as well. Same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You know it's going to work. They know it's going to work. And that's why they're willing to give you that first shipment free at BlueChew.com when you use that code FIGHTFUL. Take control. Handle your business. BlueChew.com and the code FIGHTFUL.
Hey, Christmas is right around the corner. Why not give her the juice rock hard Robinson present that she's been waiting for? Fightful.com, Blue Chew, code Fightful. Penis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading into the home stretch. So get your humper chats in line with the penis jokes, and the super chats in as we head into the Don Callis family vortex, which is the last two segments before the last snuff film that we saw. So after that 10-man tag, we have a backstage interview with Don Callis, who said, you know, Mark Davis and Will Hobbs are turncoats. You guys are not nice girls, even though I feel like you turned on Hobbs. You guys turned on Davis, but you know, I guess revisionist history. So in 2 weeks' time, it'll be Hobbs versus Konosuke Takeshita at World's End. And tonight, coming up, wait, am I dumb? No, I'm not dumb. I'm right. I'm sorry. I just read something out of order. And then tonight, it'll be Kyle Fletcher putting the beats on Mark Briscoe to show you he's a man. You know, I enjoy Don Callis, and I am a Don Callis apologist. Was he right? No, because you guys turned on both of them, but you know, it is Don Callis. What did you think of this?
I think Don Callis is a busy man, and maybe he didn't have time to call Hobbs. You know, maybe Hobbs changed his number. A lot of things could have happened, but he honestly be cracking me up. Sometimes he just says some crazy things, and I'm like, sir, really? And I just look at his scar, and I'm just like, he's been through so much. Like
he's been through so much. Bro, when I used to watch TNA and he was on commentary, he would just be making stuff up. Like, honestly, I respect that confidence. He said Madison Ring was like the 87-time Intercontinental Champion. And his co-host, I'm sorry, guys, Tangent, was like, where'd you get this information from? Which is the literal wrestler's husband. And Don Callis said, I'm not telling you my sources. All right.
Journalism. Journalism.
All right.
Like, I don't know what to tell you.
You know what you got? What do you say to somebody like that? What do you argue with someone who says, yo, trust me, bro? Yo, you got it.
That's honestly something that Nigel McGuinness would say, though. Like, I'm like, you. Why would I tell you, Toni?
Why would I tell you, Toni, that is something Nigel. It is. Why would I tell you, Toni? I'm sorry, Nigel McGuinness. Please don't beat me up.
We love you, Nigel. We love you.
We love you, Nigel. That was a terrible British. Oi. I'm sorry.
Goodbye.
All right, so main event is the Continental Classic match. We got Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe and Don Callis on commentary. Whew. Before we get into this match, we do have a super chat from Alan Janetti. Always got to protect the tip. Hey, listen. Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. You never know what's going on out there. You never know. This match was so good. Let's start there. This match was so good. And the crowd, St. Louis, I love you because the way y'all were booing Kyle Fletcher, yes. Get Brittany when she shaved her head out of here. Leave Brittany alone. Get Kyle out of here. I mean, I live. It's very heel. It's so heel. Like, I don't want to be compared to this guy, so I'm going to shave my head. But your hair was so nice, Kyle. Why would you do this?
Honestly, thank God someone is here to talk to me about Kyle Fletcher's hair, because I know I wasn't going to talk to Rick about it, or Phil about it. Like, it was honestly such a heel move. Kyle had such nice hair, and now here we go. He's like, I don't want to be like Will Osprey. Your hair wasn't even like Will Osprey. Y'all have completely different hairs, like vibes, textures, and now he just looks like bald. Like,
it's not even like, listen, I'm not going to get too spicy, because if he saw me in real life, he could beat me up. And like I told Joe Pro earlier, whoever it is, listen, I will take the pin. I don't care. Finger poke of doom. I'm not work a match. No. I saw how stiff that match was, but it's definitely giving, Britney Spears, you want to, I'm just going to shave my head. Just going to shave.
And it's giving a little crazy too. Like, if he shaved his head, there's no stopping him.
Like he has nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. He already lost his hair.
He already lost his hair. You can't even do a hair versus hair match. I don't care about my hair match. It's like when Ortiz shaved his head for. Why would you do that? You're crazy, psycho. Anyway, this match was really good. It was a super stiff match. Briscoe in the first 5 minutes was like, hit me, Kyle. Hit me. Bro, it's something about Mark Briscoe yelling at you with no front teeth saying that I don't want it. I do not want it. Mark Briscoe low-key scares me. I heard he's so nice, but in the ring, those slaps, he slapped Kyle Fletcher's nipples off 80 times in that match. No less than 80 times. It was such a good match. There was one point where he chest chopped Fletcher. It sounded like a belt slap. And then after that, Briscoe got suplexed onto the guardrail outside. This match was pandemonium. There was a point where Mark Briscoe goes up for the elbow drop to get greeted by knees from Kyle Fletcher, who then goes up for an elbow drop of his own and just hits the mat. This match was so unpredictable. I thought the way that the story has been going, that Kyle Fletcher, I swear to God, I can speak tonight. Kyle Fletcher was going to mop the competition. But Mark Briscoe, he won. I'm not mad at it, but Mark Briscoe is so phenomenal, and he is somebody who I want to win everything. So Mark Briscoe does pick up the win here with the J driver on Kyle Fletcher. Please talk, Iridian, because my mouth is.
This match was such a crazy story, honestly. I felt so many emotions from start to end. And there was a crazy moment where Mark suplexed Kyle to the outside when they were in the crowd to the ringside floor, and it was just such a loud thud. It couldn't have been louder. And I was like, oh my God, here we go. Like, there was so much rough like shots in this match, but that one, I'm like, oh, I feel like that one hurt. Like, there was absolutely something going on. And during this whole match, I was kind of thinking, back to Danny Garcia and Komander being in that 10-man match. I'm like, who are they building up in this tournament? It's not Danny Garcia, because he kind of had his moment last year. And then I'm like, okay, I don't think it's going to be Okada. Okada's like a big name already. And then I thought it was going to be Kyle, but halfway through this match, I'm like, they could be building up Mark Briscoe. Like, this could be his run. And with the match that he had tonight, this was fantastic. I honestly think this is the match that, for him, this was his match of the year. It was incredible. I thought, like I said, it was Kyle, but I guess not. Mark Briscoe really was able to show like the determination that he had in this match, his strength, and just, oh my God, that there was a cutthroat drive from the top rope to Kyle. I was like, please stop. Like,
yo, at some point I was like, yo, you guys have any more skin left on your chest? Cause like, what is transpired? This match was so good.
It was absolutely good. And then we got that 1 minute announcement, and I'm like, oh my God, are we going to get a draw? Like, why would they? And then they started talking about it on commentary, and I'm like, oh my God, we might get a draw. Because like Kyle has just been winning and winning. And I'm like, I don't think they would give it to Mark, but my jaw was on the floor when Mark picked up the win. I honestly thought Kyle, he was even trying to cheat. He had his legs on the rope to try to pin him, and then it was near fall after near fall, and we finally got it. I honestly thought time was going to run out, but
me too.
Wow. I was like, holy, I can't say anything, but I was like, this is so good. I can't believe he did it.
This was a really good match of the C2, and props to your mama. Y'all did that. Both of y'all did that. Fight forever chance from my heart, honestly, truly. No. I mean, low-key, high-key, wish this is where it ended, but we are gifted and graced by another snuff film from the D-Riders. That's what I'm calling them now. I don't care.
D-Riders? Goodbye.
They're Death Riders. So,
Goodbye.
The 4D men of the 4D riders of the apocalypse.
The bald syndicates.
I mean, Marina Shafir got a whole head of hair, and Pac, he only got the shave side, so they're not all bald. Yuta got hair too.
Yes. No, but I was like, if somebody get another team here, like.
Honestly, the Hurt Syndicate, you hurt people, hurt these guys because they're kind of getting on my nerves. So we cut to Yuta with what Iridian said, the Iridian vlog opener of, hey guys, Do you want to see a murder? So they set up the camera to show FTR coming out or going into the locker room or whatever it is. And then they put a bag over their head, much like Bryan Danielson. Shout out to the dead homie. He not dead for real, but kayfabe, they killed him. Kayfabe, they killed him. And they kidnapped these guys. And the camera cuts back to Yuta going, now I know that's Iridian's guy, but I'm sick of you, Yuta. Okay? I'm over here thinking that you're in peril. But you're the bad guy too, Yuta. I was cheering for you. What is this? Also, how many more snuff films? You got to fire these guys, Tony Khan. Like, well, what's going on? Also, it's not that I'm not invested, but I need more plot point. I don't know what you guys are doing. He's saying this is bigger than you. Bigger than what? You got a briefcase, so I'm assuming it's the Money in the Bank is going to be Shane McMahon at this point, because I don't know what's going on. Like, it was cool at first, and you beat Orange Cassidy, and now you guys are just causing mayhem. Please give me something. What did you think about this, Iridian?
This was so funny because we have different opinions on this. There was 2 minutes left, and I go on Twitter, on X, and I'm like, we have 2 minutes left of the show. Where's Wheeler Yuta? You can go and check it. Yes, I did post it. And then right as soon as I publish that, Yuta's face comes up and I'm like, this is exactly how I vlog. I always have my phone out and I'm like, hey, Rust friends, how are you guys? Like, I have a little smile, ready to go. And I was ready for him to give a little vlog. But next thing you know, they're kidnapping FTR. And I could only, I guess, justify Yuta's actions with, you got to survive somehow. Sometimes you got to adapt. You know, you got to adapt to survive. And maybe he's just scared. He's like, you know what? I'll go along with it.
I'm in prison right now. So if I got to stash, I got to.
If I'll do what I got to do. You know, if you need me to record, I got you. I'm pressing record right now. And I feel like that's what he's doing. So I'm okay with that. Yeah. And then he ended the segment, the same thing that he started, a little smile. I have it saved because that's exactly how my next vlog is opening up. So.
She's like, twinning them, boom, boom, go, best friend. Honestly, before we get into my final thoughts, I want to say a big thank you to Rafael Garcia. If I can click on your comment, sending us in a super chat for $4.99, says, I like Kyle, but I refuse to be called a Fletchlight. Yikes. Let the money clip go, Okada. It's not over. It looks off. You know what? Fletchlight is up there with Homo sapien. Homo sapien. Yeah.
I hope that's not real. I can't.
Homo sapien?
No. The Fletchlight. I can't see that on t-shirts. Pro wrestling tees, please. No.
I mean, to be fair, they did put Scissor Me Daddy Ass with the this on the t-shirt.
Yes.
We're all adults here, so I'm going to say something controversial. Maybe it's time to break into that market.
Okay.
Make your money. Because you say, okay, it is nasty, but I've been on the internet long enough to know that if you don't do it, somebody else is going to besmirch your good name. Make your money.
Someone else is gonna profit off of that for sure. So I just don't know if that's where Kyle wants it to go. But, you know, they are touching tips on Collision. So
maybe that's an MXM. Just something to think about. Anyway, I'm okay with the ending. If it furthers the storyline, I just feel like there's just madness and no method at this point with the Death Riders. And that is something I would like. I would like a method to the madness because the violence is there. Mm-hmm. The chaos is there. But why are we doing it? If you're just doing it to do it, at some point, Tony Khan, you got spray water, like, stop it. I'm tired of you guys. And if not, hurt Syndicate, please. You hurt people. There's enough of y'all. Beat Bobby Lashley, bald v. bald, with this Death Rider, John Moxley. Just fight each other. And maybe that's just what I want. And who would Marina Shafir, who would join the Hurt Syndicate to beat up Marina Shafir? We already saw Willow come down like, I've had it. But I think we need someone who would fit the Hurt Syndicate. And Willow, she's too nice. She's too nice. Who would you put in the Hurt Syndicate to deal with? Did you say Athena?
No, I mean, yeah. Athena would be great, but also we do have a professor there in one of your faves, Serena Deeb. but I don't know if she fits the vibe. She definitely has the violence to fight Marina Shafir, so that's something that I would love to see. But also, why not Deonna Purrazzo?
I was thinking that one brain cell is working overtime. I'm thinking the same thing with Deonna Purrazzo too. I'm like, Deonna Purrazzo she would fit, especially with her mob wives thing she got going on with Taya Valkyrie. See her in a column gap. She hurts people. Not as excited about Deonna Purrazzo dislocating someone's shoulder.
Yes. I'm here for it. Sign me up.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be our show. I love you all. This was a hot mess towards the end. We shout out to Blue Chew for kicking it off. You know, listen, at the end of the day, I just want everyone to get your money, and it's the internet. If you don't do it, somebody else will. Iridian, what you got going on, and where can people find you on the internet?
You guys can head over to Rest Friends on YouTube. That's WREST Friends. Me and Teddy just did a podcast, and we talked about the Ray Phoenix tweets that have been out recently. So we took a deep dive into that, and we also talked about Survivor Series for a little bit. But yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. We're working our way up there. So I would appreciate it if you guys head over there to subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, X, whatever, Iridian_Fiero. Cresta, where can our beautiful, beautiful Collision Cowboys and Cowgirls, Cowettes find you on all social media?
If you can type CRESTASTARR into your search bar, that's a bar. You can find me on all forms of social media, except for X, where it's Cresta the Star. My Twitter is locked down right now. I'm going to nuke it because Elon Musk is weird, but you're also not going to take
my money.
You're not going to take my name and someone pretend to be me. And then when someone's tweeting, or because I'm on Blue Sky, skeeting at me, Cresta, you scammed me out of $4 million. I did not. I did not. So, there's that. Also, you can find me over on Fightful, this very channel you're watching right now, on Saturdays and Thursdays. I go over TNA post show, which this Thursday coming up, we got a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, Tessa Blanchard is back, but that's neither here nor there. And every Saturday, I'm here with Iridian and Rick. I haven't been, but I will be some more often. I don't know what's going on anyway. And every Wednesday, you can find me over on Twitch and TikTok, watching AEW Dynamite with you. I think that's it. I don't have anything else to promote. You got something else to promote?
That's it. That's it for me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to Fightful Select. Best $5 in the business. We got contract updates. We got people popping in and out, maybe even some Royal Rumble spoilers. But you can get that. Why get it aggregated when you can subscribe to Fightful Select? And that's it. For myself and Iridian, we'll see you guys next time on Collision. And we're out. Bye.
Bye.
End stream.